Hi, second graders. It's me, Miss Murphy. Last time we met, we continued our work talking about how vowels can be tricky, and we worked on ways to spell long A. I hope you worked hard on coming up with lists of words that use the long A spelling patterns we talked about last time. As we continue our work to add words to the vowel manual, which is still empty, I'm going to wait until I have a chance to write down all the words you guys submit. I thought we would continue today to think about those 4 ways we found to spell long A. And today I want to teach you something about all these ways. But let's take a look. Here are the lists that I came up with. I looked through a couple of different books and I found a whole bunch of A consonant silent E, some AI, and some AY words. And then again, a real nice long list of words that just use A. And I noticed that these 2 ways to spell long A are the most common in the books that I read. But here's the thing. How are you going to know when to use each spelling pattern? So I want to teach you today that where you hear the vowel sound can tell you and help you decide which spelling pattern to use. And so we're going to think about where we find that sound, whether it's in the beginning, the middle, or the end. And that can help you answer that question of how will you know which one to use or which spelling pattern to use. So, thinking about this list, I sort of studied it for a while to come up with some tips and tricks that I could share with you on ways to spell that long vowel A. And here's what I came up with. When I'm trying to spell a word that has the long vowel A sound, a smart thing to start with is the most common spellings. And we noticed in my list that A consonant silent E and A all by itself were the most common, and those truly are the most common. So that's a good starting point, and then you can ask yourself the question, what looks right? And if either of those don't look right, then you can move on to these other tricks. So I want to teach you that you can try a Y if you hear the long A sound at the end of the word. For example, in words like delay, tray, Saturday, and way, the long A sound comes at the end. And so I know to use a Y to make that sound. The next trick I want to teach you is actually about one of the most common spellings. Try A all by itself when you hear long A at the end of a syllable. And those of you that have gotten to level 11 on Lexia, you know all about open and closed syllables. And in those open syllables where there's a long A, that long A is all by itself, like in basic, able, lazy, bacon, and a lot of other words. So you can try A all by itself if it's at the end of a syllable, at the end of an open syllable with that long A. And then the last tip I want to share with you, I'm going to move this guy over so I can squeeze this one in. There are lots and lots of patterns, like AIN, aim, like in the word pain, stain, drain, and so many more. Listening for patterns like aim can help you figure out which spelling to use. Or a pattern like ache, like rake, fake, lake, make, take, and so many more. So these 4 tips can help you decide which of the many spellings for long A to choose. So today you have an assignment. The assignment I want you to complete is to look at some picture cards with me. I'm going to show you some picture cards. Let's take a look. I'm going to read the pictures to you. I'm not going to tell you how to spell them because that's going to be your job. The first picture is of a frame, a baseball, a painter. This one's a hallway, apron, grapes. This one's snowflake, and I'm trying to think, what is this one? Let me look at my notes. Oh, silly me, that's paper. Okay, anyway, so your job today, whether it's on a Google Doc or in your reading and writing notebook, is to look at each of those pictures and then try out the tips and tricks we just learned. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to click it back to this screen. Oops. This screen. Here's a picture of a frame. And I went ahead and I tried out the most common spellings, A all by itself, and I tried it with A consonant E. Now, one of these ways looks right to me, but I want to show you how to keep going. I'm going to try it with AI in the middle, and then down here I tried it with AY, but I know that's wrong because remember earlier I taught you the tip that usually AY comes at the end of the word when the long A sound is at the end. So as I look at these 4 tries, there's one that stands out to me that looks right. Do you spot it? Which one do you think it is? Yep, it's this one, F-R-A-M-E. And don't forget that if you're not sure what looks right, you have tools that you can use. Don't forget about dictionary.com. All right, so today's assignment for writing in phonics is to look at these picture cards and try out the tips and tricks I've taught you to figure out which long A spelling to use. I'll see you next time.